he knows what to do when she goes home to make sure that they're not mistreating her while she's in there. Y'all better figure that out. The last thing I always tell y'all is that you need to maintain your autonomy. Your autonomy means you are the person. This is your body. You are a sovereign being that can make decisions for yourself. And yes, doctors are medical experts. And yes, nurses are nursing experts, right? They know what they know because they spent that time in school. I just had that Kanye from All of the Lights. He said, I spent that time. I spent that bread, right? That's what they did. They did that time. They spent that bread. They are the experts. They have it, but they don't feel what you feel. They don't know you the way that you know you. And so I'm not saying that you're going into hospitals or into clinics or into your doctor's office to combat them. But what I'm saying is you need to stand firm and assured in what it is that you were there for and what it is that you were feeling, and you speak your truth and you don't let people tell you otherwise. And as decisions are being made about your health care, you are a decision maker. Do you understand? You are also a part of the healthcare team. I'm telling you what I was taught in nursing school, okay? I'm telling you what I was taught. I'm telling you what I was teaching the children when I was teaching that high school health science class. The patient is a part of the medical team. That means you are a decision maker. Your family members are a part of the medical team. That means they are there to help you make the decisions. It's not a dictatorship. It is not a tyranny. The doctor does not know all, therefore decide all of anything. So you have to remain autonomous. And that means that you need to be a decision maker. You need to make your voice be heard. You need to set the tone. When I say set the tone, walk in there letting them know that that's what it is. Ain't no coming in here and they asking all the questions and then shooing you out the room. No, you have questions too, and you better have your questions. Come armed. Come with your notes. Come with your questions. Because when you walk in the door, let me tell you something that I learned in communications. Who controls a conversation? Who controls the conversation? There's a conversation between two people. They are speaking back and forth to one another. Who is the person that's in control of the conversation? The person in control of the conversation is the person asking the questions. Why would you show up to your own healthcare need not asking any questions? Why would you give up all of that control to people who don't feel what you feel inside of your body, to people who beyond today probably you may never see again? Why would you give all of your control over to a person that you don't know? So you set the tone, okay? Nobody can do to you what you don't want done. And I'm not saying go in there combating and refusing everything, but what I am saying is you need to have a full understanding of what they're talking about doing. And if you're not with it, you say no, you refuse, bring me the paperwork, whatever. Go get your second opinion, whatever. But if you don't want it done to you, it does not get done. I don't care, period. And I know I already know. The thing that just popped into my mind is there's a YouTube video going around of this woman who said she refused the shot, and they called the police, and the police came in there and they were threatening her, and it's a whole damn thing. I know it. But if you go in there and you set the tone, if you go in there and you have your people with you, if you go in there asking questions, okay? Because then what happens is when you go in there asking questions, they're like, oh, okay, she knows something. We need to be on our A game. All right. Oh, she got her family. She got 3 people with her. They gonna always be calling if we don't stay on top. Okay? And trust me, and I'm telling you what I know. When I was a nurse on those hospital floors, okay, you go to the patient's room where their family is at the top of your shift because you need them to know that you checking on their family. And then you make your way to the people who don't have people with them. I already told you, I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you. I'm not going to come on here and deliver you best case scenarios. No, that's what they do. They have to save face. Okay? They have to pretty it up. I'm not here to pretty it up for you because I want you to walk in and I want you to walk out. I want you to go home. I want you to live a happy life. I want you to be the parent to your children that you're supposed to be. I want you to be the child to your parents that you're supposed to be. I want you to be the teacher that these children need, okay? I want you to be the protester out here getting these damn cops straight, okay? I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I see. It's not going to always sound pretty coming out of my mouth. I'm not going to code switch every single time. I do most of the time, but I'm not always going to, because I need to make sure that my people get this information in a way that they can make this reality for themselves, so that they can walk into these hospitals empowered, so that they can walk into these hospitals setting the tone and saying and checking they bullshit on site, yo. Like, let me tell y'all something. And I go to my Instagram and you'll see the post that I posted of Serena Williams, and you need to read the caption that I put there, because what I did was I put examples, I think 10 or 11 examples of what it sounds like when hospital staff is handling you with prejudice. Okay? One of the first damn things you call, let me just, like, y'all know how it works. When you need to have a doctor's appointment, what happens? You call, you speak to the receptionist, they ask you all this information, right? And before you can even come in the office, what do you have to give them? Your insurance information. They not booking the appointment unless you got some insurance information for them, okay? So they already know your insurance because you gave it to them when you made the appointment. And then you know what happens after you make the appointment? The information gets sent to the billing person, and then the billing person or the insurance verifier, okay, they're going to call in the information and verify with the insurance company that you say you have. They're going to call and verify your insurance to make sure your insurance is really there, that you're covered, that they're going to get paid. That's before you ever walk into the building. They haven't even seen your face yet. So tell me why. And then on the day of your appointment, the secretary or the receptionist, the people sitting at the front desk, they've pulled up your information. They have it pulled up, and they made sure, because they had to go and they had to check and see, was the insurance verified? Yes, insurance was verified. She has Aetna. She has Blue Cross. She has United Healthcare. She has Medicaid. She has Medicare. They see it. They know it. So why, as a black woman, if I walk in, Does an announcement need to be made? What's your insurance? Medicaid? Bitch, you know my insurance. And you know it's not Medicaid. And you're trying to play me right now. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all need to check them on site. Don't let them people play with you. Don't let them play with you, because let me tell you what that move is. That's not a mistake. That's not a, oh, sorry, I see it. No, that's not what that is. That is a way to ascertain information, to decide how you are going to be treated that day. Do you hear me? That is a way that they ascertain the information so that they can decide how you are going to be treated that day. They know what your insurance is. They ran it 2-3 times before you got there. Somebody checked it to make sure. The only thing you should have to do is hand your card over so they can make a copy of it and give it back to you. And so what I'm telling you in that is that it's little things like that, okay? If you're pregnant and you walk in, or you get to the back, and let's say your husband or your partner or whomever you procreated with, and they ask you, is your baby daddy coming? Because you're black. They don't ask white women that question. Nobody asks white women if their baby daddy is coming. Do you hear me? Do you understand me? No one asks Asian women, is your baby daddy coming? They ask them if their husband's on the way. They ask them what time their husband will show up. Should we wait for him? Do you see what I'm telling you? These are ways, they're microaggressions meant to devalue Black women, Latinas, poor women. And it sets the tone. It's them setting the tone of deciding that you don't deserve equal, dignified, respectful health care, that they're going to handle you however they feel like handling you. And I'm telling you that, and this is why I said earlier, it doesn't even have anything to do with respectability. Because this has happened to me in places that I work. These women see me every day walking up and down these hallways. I take my child into his doctor's office and you asking me dumbass questions like, am I on Medicaid? Bitch, you just saw me in the lunchroom. Bitch, you see me every day in my scrubs with my embroidered... The fuck are you at? Are you on Medicaid? I'm sorry, I got a little carried away. But what I want you to, that's my point. And you need to check stuff like that. And you need to check it right then and there and on site. And usually the only thing you really need to ask is, what's that supposed to mean? That's what I say. What's that supposed to mean? Why would you ask me that? Why would you ask, do you have my insurance? Okay, so why are you asking me? Why are you asking me out loud in this lobby full of people? Why are we, HIPAA, anybody? Why are they handling you like that? Do you see what I'm saying? Don't let people handle, whoo. And so you'll begin to understand why I no longer work in these environments. Because I'm the nurse that'll come from the back. Like, why are you talking to her like that? Why you have her insurance? Why are you talking to her like that? Why are you asking her about her baby daddy? Did you ask Sue Ellen who her baby daddy was or if he was coming? No, you didn't. Don't talk to her like that. That's what I need y'all to know. That's what I need you to know. I also need you to also be willing when you peep it for what it is. When you realize that you have a doctor who has dismissed everything that you've asked and is just going forward with what their own plan is without much consideration of anything that you've said, If you have a doctor who tells you it's their way or the highway and none of your input matters, you need to get up and you need to walk away. I don't know why y'all feel like y'all in these dead and real. Why do you stick yourself in a